Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 27th of October. Pakistan diplomat expelled for espionage in India. Nepal, India hold joint commission meeting to review bilateral ties. And Myanmar refugees start returning home after formation of new government. And now for all the details. Busting an espionage racket, police in Indian capital New Delhi temporarily detained a staffer of Pakistan High Commission on charges of spying. 2 others have also been sent on police remand for aiding him.
Delhi police had on Wednesday intercepted a Pakistani national working in the Pakistan High Commission in the national capital on charges of espionage. Mahmood Akhtar was under watch for almost 6 months now and was held with classified documents and maps related to Indian Army's defense positions. On Thursday, he was let off after interrogation owing to his diplomatic impunity. He has now been asked to leave India. The Indian Foreign Ministry summoned Pakistan High Commissioner Abdul Basit to convey that Akhtar had been declared persona non grata over espionage activities. The crime branch also arrested 2 more persons for allegedly passing sensitive information to Akhtar.
ये सारा जो मॉड्यूल्स है करीब 1.5 साल से एक्टिव था। लास्ट 6 मंथ्स में हमारे पास क्रेडिबल इनपुट्स आ गए थे कि ये लोग पाकिस्तान ISI के लिए जासूसी कर रहे हैं। जो बॉर्डर एरियाज हैं वहाँ पे जो हमारे पैरामिलिट्री BSF का डिप्लॉयमेंट है, आर्मी का डिप्लॉयमेंट है, उसकी सारी जानकारी हासिल करके पाकिस्तान हाई कमीशन में जो पाकिस्तान इंटेलिजेंस ऑपरेटिव था महमूद अख्तर को दे रहे थे। बदले में इनको अच्छा पैसा मिलता था।
The arrest came amid heightened tension between the 2 neighbors since terrorists believed to have come from Pakistan carried out terror attack on an army base in the Uri sector of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, killing 19 Indian soldiers. Since then, India has been making efforts to globally isolate Pakistan.
Moving on, people in Pakistan-administered Kashmir continued their week-long protest over the invasion of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province to mark Black Day. Protesters were subjected to baton charge and mass arrests.
While massive demonstrations were held across Pakistan-administered Kashmir on October 22nd to mark Black Day, Pakistani security forces used brute force to launch a crackdown on the protesters. Despite heavy resistance, hundreds of agitated people took to the streets in Bhimber, Kotli, Muzaffarabad, Mirpur and other parts of the illegally occupied region. Mass arrests were made, batons charged and tear gas shells unleashed on peaceful protesters. The Pakistani forces made all the arrangements to muzzle the widespread protests.
हम ये समझते हैं कि हम रियासत के उस हिस्से में जाना चाहते हैं जो हमारा बुनियादी हक है और हमने इसको अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा को भी पहले से आगाह किया था और अब जो है ये रियासती मशीनरी जो है उसको इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है जो हमारे रास्ते में रुकावटें खड़ी किए हुए हैं और हम इन रुकावटों को अबूर करते हुए आगे जाने की कोशिश करेंगे।
On October 22nd, 1947, Pakistani forces, in disguise of tribal militants, attacked the province and occupied parts of the region, resulting in the death of thousands of innocent people. The Pakistani state devastated large parts of Jammu and Kashmir, violated the standstill agreement between India and the then king of Jammu and Kashmir.
नापाक कदम जमाए और हम समझते हैं पाकिस्तान की बातल फौज और हम जब ये कहते हैं इस शहर के अंदर हमारी जनता से यहाँ की एजेंसीज को यहाँ की जो एस्टैब्लिशमेंट के दलाल और रियासतगीर और उनके बूट पाशिए और पाशिए बैठे हुए उनको भी ये समझ आ जाना चाहिए कि बाबा तुमने हम पे जो नापाक और खासब किस्म का कब्जा जमाए रखा है। किस हैसियत से तुम कश्मीर के अंदर एंटर होते हो? 67 साल 68 साल 70 सालों से हम पे गुलामी का जो तोप हमारे ही बास हुक्मरानों ने मुसल्लत किए रखा है.
Pakistan army, which was then pushed back, continued to occupy some parts of Kashmir illegally.
Meanwhile, India and Nepal on Thursday held the 4th Joint Commission meet, reviewing broad range of agendas between the two nations. The meeting was led by Nepal Foreign Minister Prakash Saran Mahat and India's Junior External Affairs Minister Mr. M.J. Akbar. The future course of action in all key areas including eco-cooperation and infrastructure, water resources, trade, transit and connectivity were discussed during the meeting. Moving on to news from Afghanistan. The war-ravaged country has been rocked by the killings of over a dozen civilians by suspected Islamic State militants. Amid fear and security concerns, residents have demanded the government to take stringent action against the militants.
Hundreds of protesters marched through the center of Firozkoh, the provincial capital of Ghor province, to vent their frustration after gunmen killed 36 civilians, including 6 children. Officials said that attack may have been a revenge strike after a local Islamic State commander was killed the previous day.
ما از حکومت محلی و از حکومت مرکزی است تا زمانی که لانه‌های تروریسم تا زمانی که لانه‌های فساد پیشگان بمبارد نشود و لانه‌های تروریسم توسط نیروهای امنیتی از بین نرود ما به حرکت‌های مدنی خود ادامه بدیم هرگاه به حرکت مدنی ما دولت محلی و دولت مرکزی توجه نکنه ناگزیر ما از نیروی جوان خود استفاده کرده لانه‌های تروریسم در هر گوشه‌ای از این ولایت باشه و ایران خواهم کرد.
Ghor is a poor and mountainous province with deep ethnic and tribal divisions. Illegal armed groups operate with impunity. The Islamic State terror group had not been active in the province and is largely confined to the eastern Nangarhar province.
Authorities in the coastal areas of eastern India and Bangladesh are on alert as cyclone Kayant over the Bay of Bengal is approaching. Heavy rainfall is expected in the coastal region of India's eastern province of Odisha and southern province of Andhra Pradesh, as well as in Bangladesh. Fishermen have been advised not to venture out and the Navy has also been put on alert in India. Kayant is expected to fade into a deep depression on October 29. Meanwhile, in Myanmar, over 60 Myanmar refugees have returned from Thailand in an initiative that is being supported by the governments of the two countries. The aim is to pave way for a process of returns that might eventually resolve one of the Asia's longest running refugee situations.
Over 60 Myanmar refugees from camps along the Thai-Myanmar border were officially repatriated in a move the United Nations Refugee Agency UNHCR has called a big step in the momentum towards peace. For tens of thousands of refugees living in a total of 9 camps along Thailand's border with Myanmar, a return home has been a dream made impossible because of political and economic uncertainty in Myanmar. This has somewhat changed since a civilian government led by Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi took power earlier this year. There are around 103,000 refugees and internally displaced people living in the 9 camps along the border. The refugee agency said that those who chose to return had based their decision on information given by their families in Myanmar, who said that it was safe to return.
In a warm gesture, students in India prepared gifts and greeting cards for Indian Army soldiers ahead of Diwali, the festival of lights. Away from their families during the festive season, the children hope to bring smiles to the country's soldiers.
Students from southern Bengaluru city presented thousands of greeting cards to Indian Army personnel ahead of Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. They prepared gifts for soldiers stationed in difficult areas across the country, especially in hilly areas of the north and the northeast.
These cards will be sent to all the troops who are in difficult areas in the northeast and in Jammu and Kashmir, and it will be a good thing for them because they're sitting away from the families, and the moment they realize that the children are remembering them, I cannot express the happiness which they'll feel when they see this wonderful gesture from the students of Bangalore.
In western Vadodara city, students, teachers and parents were seen enthusiastically making cards, decorating diyas or earthen lamps. Children wrote messages for the soldiers on colourful handmade cards. The initiative was also inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's call to send greetings to soldiers in the festive season.
वो लोग हमारी खुशियों के लिए हम अच्छे से त्यौहार मना सके, इसीलिए वो लोग हमारी रक्षा के लिए सदैव तैनात होते हैं. वो हमारे लिए अपनी खुशियाँ छोड़ देते हैं, तो इसीलिए हम उन्हें थैंक्स कहना चाहते हैं.
The season of fall is a celebratory period in India when people celebrate colourful festivals. The festival of lights, Diwali, will be marked on October 30.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Pakistan diplomat expelled for espionage in India. Nepal, India hold joint commission meeting to review bilateral ties. And Myanmar refugees start returning home after formation of new government. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.